Hello YouTube, it's my first video in a very long time and I'm here in beautiful San Francisco on a sunny day at a park. And so I wanted to do a series where I just sit down for like 20-30 minutes and just share my thoughts, everything I have going on, and just do it uncut, unfiltered, and kind of just like straight from my head to on camera. And so I've been here in San Francisco for about a month now. And honestly, I know this sounds a bit dramatic, but it's literally changed my life because I spent the past 2 years traveling and did the digital nomad lifestyle. And after that, I moved back in with my parents just to figure things out. And if you know Canada, you don't want to be there between like December to March. And that's exactly when I went back. I signed a lease on a place, but it was supposed to be in April and then it got pushed to May. And so I was back home in Kitchener and things were good. I was still running my agency and my businesses, but the winter mixed with the fact that the sun would set at like 5 p.m. and you kind of have to stay inside because outside's super cold. I'm not gonna lie, this was a really bad winter. Anyway, so I had to stay there for about 3 months. And that was a bit depressing to say the least after traveling the world and going to different countries like Korea, Japan, Hong Kong, UAE, Spain, to end up back in Kitchener I'm grateful. I don't want to sound like I'm a bit like, but it's just, yeah, there was just a lot going on. Also, like moving back in with your parents at the big age of like 27 is definitely an experience. But anyways, now I'm back. Anyways, now I'm in SF, and one of my friends, a really close friends of mine that I've known since I was like literally 6 years old, lives out here in South Bay near a city called San Jose. And he just kept telling me like, bro, you need to come here. You need to come here. And he would keep calling me and keep reaching out to me and just telling me like, you need to be out in SF. Like right now is like, you would thrive here essentially. And so stuff came up. My dad had to get surgery. Things kept getting delayed, but eventually I finally made it out here. And I gotta say, he wasn't lying at all. If anything, he was underplaying it, because here is just, I know people hype up SF and say you have to be here, but I wanted to share some of the thoughts that I had about like why. So first of all, a bit of a background about me. I run a page called Income Interviews where I do street interviews, interviewing people about their career. I grew that to 300,000 plus followers, and we hit hundreds of millions of views across platforms. And I also run an agency where we help companies with video. So we create YouTube videos, we create short form videos, and launch videos, those like cool animation, as well as like storytelling that have been like blowing up and are the meta. And so if you know anything about the tech space, you know like the big thing that they all talking about right now is taste. And so as soon as I came here, I was like connecting with a bunch of people. I'm very sociable and I like to go to a lot of events. And the events here literally don't stop. And everyone here is building. It's literally like a city of just everyone building. And for me, it's like infinite potential for clients that really need our service and are looking for companies that do exactly what we do. And like the first 2 to 3 days, I literally signed like 4 new clients that basically grew our revenue by like 150%, let's say. And so it's been really crazy because like I haven't been somewhere where the entire culture of the city is just builders. I was talking to a company here called Gumloop, and I was trying to pitch them our services, and they offered me a job, and they're like, why don't you just come work for us? And I was like, I'm not gonna say no to opportunities. And I tried their product, and honestly, it's amazing. Like the product is so good, and I was like super bullish. And so I did a work trial with them for about a week where we were cooking up some videos, and you can only do so much in a week, but just being around a team that literally is all people that are hustling, because I run an agency and I am the founder and CEO, I work a lot, like it's a given. I don't expect everyone on my team to work as hard as me because they don't have as much skin in the game, let's say. But at this company, like not a single day would I be the last one to leave. Like I would stay till like 8, 9 p.m., you know, show up at 10 a.m. and stay till like 8, 9 p.m. doing like nearly 12 hours. And the office would be full. All the engineers would be there. A lot of the different pieces, a lot of the different team members would still be there just grinding away. And I was like, wow, like this is like the 996 culture is like not a hoax. It's not just something people say just because it sounds good. It's actually real. And yeah, it was like a really cool experience to see how a company that just raised a $50 million Series B operates and runs. And yeah, we're still working with them. I'm working with them as a contractor or like through my agency. And honestly, it's been amazing. I'm very bullish on the product, and the team there has been amazing. So that was like one of the experiences that I got here literally from like the first or second week. And it was like really cool because I hadn't worked a job in like a very long time, if like ever. I was like a software dev for a bit. I worked for a few startups and like smaller companies. And then I started that income interviews page. And then from there, I went on to work at another startup called Can PR as the head of marketing. And so like, it was really cool to like get that like work experience where like I was going into the office every day and like doing like the 9 to 5. Like my friends were joking to me about like the Sunday before I started on the Monday. They're like, oh, do you have the Sunday scaries? Like, and to be like, it sounds a bit, I don't know the word for it, but like, you know, it's just a cool experience because I hadn't really experienced it. And I know that sounds crazy at the age of 27, but most of my life I've just been hustling, building businesses, and like just getting money from like income interviews or like client work or freelancing or whatever. And so that was like an amazing experience. The other thing is I've been going to a lot of events, and in San Francisco, it's like a weird thing because everyone here has a huge ego, but they're also all willing to help. Like if you need anything, everyone is so happy to like help you connect with whoever you need to connect with, help you in any way they can. And it's like, I don't know the word for it, but it's like a very weird thing where like, it's an ego-driven place where everyone, like you kind of have to have an ego to be a founder and like the delusion to like build like $1 million, $100 million company. But on the same note, like everyone and all these people that are founders and are building, they all are willing to like help you, connect you with who you need to connect with. And like, they'll all offer a helping hand. And I was talking to my brother-in-law yesterday, and I think what it is because everyone here knows how hard it is as a founder. Like they know the struggle and the journey. And so like, they're more than willing to help because they've been there. And on that same note, like you may be of use or like, you know, like in the future, you might help them out when they need you. And so it creates this like dynamic where like everyone's helping each other, but like everyone's super ego, has like a big ego. And so it's a very, very interesting thing. At least this has been my experience. Other people's experience and other people here may tell you differently, but this is just what I've experienced. The other thing is being out here really made me want to build a product, build a company with a product, because I've been doing a lot of services and I've been, you know, working with a lot of companies, startups from seed to like Series C. And some even beyond that, but it's all just me creating or doing something and then they pay me. And so it'd be really cool to like create something that is a product, and then I can leverage my skill that I've gained from running my agency and like with social media to like really, you know, grow it organically, not have to run ads. I'm losing my train of thought because I'm surrounded by geese. They're all around me. You know, you can never get away from the geese, even out here in SF. I'm from Waterloo, so if you know, you know. But yeah, I think that's like what the next thing that I really want to try to pursue. I'm gonna keep my agency, and like I really enjoy doing it, and it's really fun because I get to work and meet a lot of cool people. But I think the next thing that I want to try and pursue is like building a product, something in like the consumer space. I've been doing the B2B for a really long time, and so I think it'd be cool to like build something that people use, and you know, like an app or a website. I don't really have an idea. I was like writing about this, but yeah, I have this itch to build. I guess maybe it's the San Francisco air where you like wanna do something, and I want to do it bootstrapped. I don't think I want to go the VC route, even though like that sounds appealing in its own way. I value freedom, like clearly above all else. Like the past 3 years of my life has been me designing my life to be as free as possible, and to be able to do what I want when I want, but create my own kind of like cage or system or bounds that I follow. But yeah, so that's like my next thing that I would love to work on. The other thing is something that I'm doing now, which is like making content. One of the things that I really regret when I was traveling is I didn't document enough. And it's because I was so down bad at certain times that all I could do is work, and I needed to work because like, you know, in the agency space or any business, you have these like ups and downs. And like when you're traveling, it's like even more so amplified because like you're not really settled in one place at all. And so there was a time when I was in Thailand, I like lost all my clients, and money just kept leaving my account because I was continuing to pay my team, and there was no money going in. And that lasted for about like 2.5 months until I finally signed like a really big client that like, you know, put us back on like the path and trajectory. And so yeah, this is why I wanted to do this series where at the very least I like set up a camera. Maybe we name it, maybe we don't, and just riff and yap about my thoughts, what I have going on, updates, and just kind of document. Like Gary Fee says, you gotta document? That was not his accent, but anyways, yeah, that's everything that I've been thinking about. I'm here until Friday. At the time of recording this, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. And so yeah, I'm here for a couple more days. There's like an Anthropic event I'm trying to go to, and this other talk with the head of Cloud Code. And so excited about that. And I also want to do some more interviews. I don't think I did enough interviews just because you need to like focus. That's like something that I've struggled with my whole life. But like, I felt like the best use of my time here in San Francisco is to like meet founders and grow the agency and like connect with different builders rather than do the street interviews. Even though I love doing them, and I did a couple and they were great, and like it's something that like I could do and I have the social battery and everything for, but I just felt like the best use of my time was to like just connect with founders. And yeah, it's been great. Like alhamdulillah, everything's been going well. And yeah, after San Francisco, I'm going off to LA with 2 of my friends from high school. The friend that actually pushed me to come here, his name is Amir. And yeah, we're just gonna spend a weekend like literally just being beach bums, lounging, just like enjoying LA. I'll probably vlog it because literally like the last videos that I posted on this channel was like me doing a vlog in LA, and like it's like a full circle moment. But yeah, LA, and then after that back to Kitchener, and then I moved to Toronto May 15th. And so it's gonna be a very busy couple of weeks, but like yeah, it's the only way that I would want to live my life, where there's just shit happening. I'm just, you know, always on the go. And like another thing that I was thinking about is like being tired. Not all tiredness is equal. There's like a tiredness I feel here like at the end of the day where I've done so much and I'm like, I'm exhausted, but in like the best way possible. Like I've been so productive. I've done like so much. And then there's like a tired from like not doing shit where you don't really do anything and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. It's like you're tired from doing nothing. And I would say like the former was like me in Kitchener and the latter is like me here. And so I want to continue being tired from having the most productive days and just like doing so much. And so, yeah, this is my first episode of whatever, me talking, Mo Talks, and just giving updates. And I want to do these like as often as I can, or as often as I have thoughts and things to share. And so that's pretty much it. Perfect. I'll see you guys in the next one.